Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Musalahai. We're talking parenting and surviving life with children. And I'm excited to share with you some of the things that I have been learning as I have been reading. One of the resources that I have that I'm really, really grateful for, and it's a huge privilege as a stay-home mom, is time. Time is a valuable resource. And I have the time to do lots of reading. I read a lot. I've always been a reader. Well, when I was younger, I was an avid reader. I've always loved self-help, and I've always been like a studious person. And as a student, I was like that eighth grade student, and I love reading. So as a stay-home mom, I get to read, and that's why I can share with you lots of tools and strategies of better parenting, for positive parenting, because let's face it, it's difficult. So I'm currently reading this book here, How to Talk So Little Kids Will Listen. Okay, so it's by Joanna Faber and Julie King. So it tackles a lot of topics, from dealing with big emotions to resolving conflict with siblings. And today I want to talk about tools for engaging cooperation. That's one of the topics in here. Tools for engaging cooperation. And I'm going to share with you some of my favorite tools that I am learning from this book that you can use. Okay, I love this book because yes, it goes into like stories, and you can learn a lot from hearing other people's stories. But I love that those tools for you to just read them if you are in a rush and you don't have time to read like the long-winded stories, right? So the first tool that I love, my absolute favorite, yes, it's number one. It's Be Playful. Be Playful. Somewhere along adulting and being married and trying to make it a life and being a parent, I lost my sense of humor. And especially with my firstborn, I think I was overwhelmed and I was stressed. I was a student, a full-time student. I was working part-time. I was newly married. And so everything was really overwhelming. And I didn't realize that I had lost my sense of humor. So this is something that is very close to my heart. Use humor. Humor is a tool that you can use for engaging cooperation from your little ones. So how do you use humor? One, turn everything into a game. Okay, not everything, but you know what I mean. Turn the activity that you want them to do into a game. Is it bath time? Is it diaper change? Is it doing homework? Is it bedtime? Is it mealtime? Turn it into a game and have some fun. For example, with my two oldest daughters, when it's bedtime, we have the routine of I go with them to the room and they wear their pajamas and I tuck them in bed and we have a story and I can hug them and kiss them and tell them I love them. Okay, so when it's bedtime and they're kind of not feeling it, I just say to them, the first one to their bed gets to be tucked in first, and they always want to be first. There's this rivalry they have amongst them that they want to be first with everything. So I say that, and then it's a challenge. They run, the first one in their bed gets tucked in first. Sometimes it works, sometimes the little one cries that she's not the first, but they're in bed. So the whole thing with engaging cooperation with kids and the tools that I'm learning from here, the whole thing is to get your child to do the thing that they must do, like eating, like bathing, like doing homework, like putting on their clothes, getting in the car, whatever it is. The tools are there to help you to get them to do the thing that they must do. Okay, so being playful, turning something into a challenge, it gets them riled up to do it, right? Sometimes it's like doing a silly voice, giving the instruction in a silly voice, like, oh, here comes the monster, it's diaper change time, it's diaper change time, I'm gonna eat your diaper. Like, my 19-month-old just loves that. She loves it, and she loves the silly monster voice, and she does it too. And she stops crying and running around and allows me to change her diaper, because we're at that stage where she does not want to have a diaper changed. Yeah, I love that. So be playful. Yeah, that's tool number one. So tool number two that I love is offer a choice. I talk a lot about offering a choice, but I get to go into detail here and say, be caution. The choice here is not whether or not they should do what you're asking them to do. That is never the choice. The choice is how do they want to do the thing you're asking them to do, or when should they do the thing you're asking them to do. Okay, for example, when I'm talking about homework with my eldest, is do you want to do your homework before dinner or after dinner, or before a snack or after a snack? Do you want to do your homework at the dining table, or do you want to do it in your room? So there's a choice there, but doing homework is a must. It shall be done. Okay, so when it comes to offering choice to kids, remember that the choice is never whether or not they must do what you're asking. The choice is how or when, right? Yeah. So do you want to go to bath with your Barbie doll, or do you want to go with Mr. Sniggles today? That's the choice. You get it, right? So yeah, number 2 is offer choices. I love that. And then number 3, my top 3, is give information. Sometimes, especially like strong-willed children, they want to know why. Why am I doing this? It doesn't make sense to me. How does it serve me? So give information. Tell them why it's important. Tell them running is for outside. So I have this thing where I use positive language. Like I don't say don't run in the house. I say running is for outside, because they want to run, right? So yeah, they want to know why they must run outside. I tell them in the house you could bump into each other, or you could bump into furniture, get hurt, or break something. Very simple. No need to lecture. You're just giving brief information about why they should do what they're doing, right? The next one, number 4, is to write a note. I love this because these little kids are learning how to read and write. My 5-year-old is learning how to read and write, and she's so proud of herself. And so writing a little note, if she had put her clothes on the floor, for example, I just put a sticky note on that little pile of clothes and say, put me in here. I draw the basket and put an arrow, put me in here. She can at least read those words. So do notes, okay? Kids love notes, they love reading, and they love writing notes. So have fun with that. Number 5 on my list is take action without insult. I think this is important. Like they are playing with the iPad, and it's time up for screen time, right? And you've been telling them to put it away. I don't repeat myself many times. The thing is, I go to a child, make sure that they're looking at me, no distraction, they can hear what I'm saying. In 5 minutes, it's time to put away the iPad. Or when this episode is done, it's time to switch off. You hear me? Yes, you hear me? I'm going to come back when it's time and say it's time to put it away. And then if they don't put it away, I just come and say, I'm taking the iPad, I'm putting it away. It's time to do the next thing, yeah? Without any insult, without any, how many times should I tell you this? Why are you not listening? I'm gonna take away that iPad. Do you want me to, do you not want to see that iPad again? Like, there's no need for shaming, for shouting, or for threats. Just take action without any threats or insult or any lectures, right? So those are my top 5 favorite tools that are in here. Of course, there's a couple of more, but you'd have to read the book, right? I'm not selling the book. I just think that it's important that you do your own reading. But also, I just wanted to share my top 5 favorite. There's so many topics in here that I would love to continue sharing with you. So that one was tools for engaging cooperation. There's one that says tools for handling emotions, and I can share that with you in my next video. So follow along, tell me what you love to hear about, and I'll do a video on that. And let's have fun with our children. Like, parenting is stressful, guys. So dust off your sense of humor, be a little playful, and let's have fun in this journey.